Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Now if you caught my review of the Savage A22r tactical rifle that I posted a couple of days ago, you'd see that there was a lot of comments and a bit of confusion with that actual review. Now I just wanted to share some of the feedback that I've got in the last couple of days with you all, and basically this is just a repost of the review but with some updated information on it for you. Now, this rifle is advertised at Cleaver Firearms on their website as the Savage A22r tactical rifle, okay? Retailing for $1,299. It was purchased. I then reviewed the rifle. I've done nothing to the rifle other than simply review it, as you'll see, obviously, in this video. Now, some of the feedback I thought I'd share with you is some of the feedback I got from Naya, who are the importers of Savage firearms here in Australia. Now, they were very clear to clarify that this model is not an official model produced by Savage, nor is it a official model that's imported by them, here to Australia. So the MDT chassis is an aftermarket chassis that has then been added to basically a barreled action Savage A22r. So that's not done by them or imported by them, and it's certainly not produced by Savage at the factory like that. So their belief is that this MDT chassis could be the cause of the problems that I'm having with this rifle in regards to accuracy and also feeding. Now you'll see that in this video. The one thing that I can't seem to find out the underlying issue is why I had the problem that I've got with the safety on this firearm. It has, obviously since been rectified, which you'll see in the second half of the review. But yeah, no one can seem to answer that. So I'm hopeful that this was just a once-off lemon, basically, okay? That the other rifles certainly haven't suffered those problems. Now, also the feedback I've got from a lot of you guys is that these rifles shoot fairly well. So, I have offered to, review a stock standard model. So, if you'd like to see that happen as well, by all means, comment below. So guys, I just hope we've clarified a few things there. I thought it was pretty important to share that with you all. And, you can see the review and my thoughts on it. The rifle that I had, the individual rifle was just terrible. I can't put it any other way. But look, you guys know that no matter what, I just review the firearm the way it is. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'll continue to do that. But anyhow, guys, thought I'd just share the bit of information I had with you. And this is the review just as it was a couple of days ago. Got off to a good start. Accuracy wise, guys, I'm really disappointed. Safety back across, and it just fires without pulling the trigger. But unfortunately, the rifle I got is just virtually a lemon. Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Today I'm checking out the Savage A22r tactical rifle in 22LR. So let me show you what it comes with to start with. We've got a set of earplugs here. Got a lock, got a Savage sticker, some promotional gear from Savage regarding joining the NRA, and last of all, we've got the manual itself. Okay, so I'll show you the locking mechanism to start with. So when you pull the bolt back, naturally it locks, okay? The only way to release it, doesn't matter, if you try to push the bolt forward, you can't get it forward without releasing the latch. Okay, so this lever at the bottom, pull back and the bolt goes forward. Now this chassis here obviously is the MDT chassis, so that's where they're giving it the name tactical. On the back we've got some Magpul furniture, so we've got the Magpul CTR stock, then we've just got a standard Magpul AR-15 hand grip there. So if you wanted to change that around, you could put, more of a target style grip on, or target style stock, or whatever you want to do, you'll be able to do it, with this chassis. So weight of it isn't too bad. Adds a little bit more over the standard A22r, 6.5 pounds or 2.95 kilos. We've got the original 20-inch button rifled barrel in this one, okay, or 50.8 centimeters. So you can obviously put the varmint one in because you've got enough room, as you can see there from the top view. They've also got a zero tolerance headspace system. Now Basically what that means, guys, is the lockup on this is just going to be quite tight for better accuracy. But naturally, like any claim, we'll definitely test it out in this review. Rotary 10-round magazine on these, very similar to the Ruger 1022. I don't expect that I'd have any dramas with that. Now the trigger on this, they've got a sleeve basically on the trigger blade there that's quite wider than just the standard trigger. So it feels quite nice. I've got no real problem with that. I'm sure if you didn't like that, then you could take that off. Safety here is just a push across. Okay, so you can't fire, then push back and then you can fire. So really straightforward. Now the trigger weight on this is actually 3 pounds. I've measured that with the trigger pull guide. So yeah, it's light enough for me. I really can't see any need to be going much lighter than that. I mean, normally I like, sort of 2.5 pound, but I mean, look, 3 pound, it's not really going to make much more of a difference in this rifle, I don't think. So on top it comes with Weaver bases here. Okay, so basically I've just got some Leupold PRW2 1-inch rings on top, and I've got the Leupold VX Freedom rimfire 3 to 9x40 scope. I really love these for rimfires, guys. I know I keep talking about them, but I've got 4 of them now. They just work. They're ultra clear and they're just perfect for a rimfire. So and obviously at the right price. So I can't complain about them. So the price of this rifle, without the scope, obviously, is $1,299 from Cleaver Firearms. So, look, at the end of the day, guys, we're getting hammered with the exchange rate with all the stuff bought in from the US and overseas in general. So, yeah, that's sort of where it is. But anyhow, let's get out on the farm now. I'm really keen to get some rounds down range with this and just see what ammo it likes. All right, guys, let's run through the ammo that we're going to use today. So we're going to start off with the Federal Hunter Match, which is a 40 grain hollow point. Then we've got Ely High Velocity, which is a 38 grain hollow point. Then we've got RWS High Velocity, which is a 40 grain hollow point. And we've got CCI Velociter, which is also a 40 grain hollow point. And then last of all, we'll just try some Ely Subsonic, which is a 40 grain hollow point as well. So got a target down there at 50 yards. We've got a 10-shot magazine, so we'll do 10-shot groups and we'll just see which one it takes a liking for. Not off to a good start. All right, so we've just got constant jams here with Federal Hunter Match. So I'll just go into another ammo and see how we go. So we've got Ely High Velocity here. So yeah, we haven't even really started for the groups yet, guys. I just want to make sure that I can get some ammo that cycles through this. We'll still shoot the groups though, even if there is problems with cycling. But yeah, I just want to address this now to make sure it's not a major problem. Hopefully it's just a single ammo. Okay guys, the first group here was with the Federal Hunter match, and we've come in at about 1.7 inches. Then we come down to the Ely High Velocity. Similar story there, at 1.7 inches. Then we come up to the RWS High Velocity. I thought we were going okay there, but then that last shot put us right out to 2.5 inches. Then when we come up to the CCI Velociter, it's going to be a similar story there, I'd say. 1.8 inches. Then we come down to the Ely Subsonic, and I really thought finally we found an ammo that it liked, but we had a couple of flyers there, which is going to bring it out to 1.5 inches. So accuracy wise guys, I'm really disappointed. Okay, I've just got a single round in the magazine. There is something majorly wrong with the safety of this rifle. So I'll release it. Well, we've got a jam. Okay, I seem to be just getting jam after jam after jam. I dare say to be the magazine because of the way that it's dropping down after the bolt closes. So every single ammo that I fired there at 50, I had multiple jams with. Just extremely frustrating. I'll just try again. Usually if I hold the bottom of the magazine and release, it'll close. There we go. So yeah, definitely a magazine problem there, which, you know, should be an easy fix, to be fair. Now this is the big problem I've discovered. Now we push the safety across, so the safety's on, you know, you can't fire. However, you put the safety back across. Now watch carefully. Safety back across, and it just fires without pulling the trigger. So guys, look, I'm going to wrap up with my final thoughts right there. I'm not going to continue the review with this rifle. It definitely needs to go back to the manufacturer. The fact that I can't get anything better than, you know, 1.5 inches for 10 shots at 50 is an extreme disappointment. Also to have the magazine problem, I seem to, I don't know, it's just me. If you guys who have watched me for a long time will know, I've had quite a few problems with magazines in reviews, and this seems to be the same. So obviously we're going to need a new magazine, you know, to fix those problems up there, but it just adds to the frustration. To me guys, the rifle just feels cheap and nasty. That's my honest thoughts on it. You guys that support me on Patreon and PayPal, you know, obviously donate to the show so you actually get the truth. And look, this is the truth guys. It's a great idea. I can definitely see, you know, where they're coming from with it. But unfortunately the rifle I got is just virtually a lemon. So I'm going to take this back and you know, see what the outcome is. Obviously if you do have one of these and it does work and function for you, by all means, you know, that's great news. I must have just got a bad one. So please try that test at home, you know, obviously without live ammunition, just you know, by dry firing it, move that safety across and then back and see if it actually goes off, because you know, who knows, it may be a widespread problem with these, and obviously at the end of the day you don't want to have this go off without pulling the trigger. So all right guys, I'll leave it at that. Unfortunately very disappointed with the rifle at this stage. Okay guys, so a bit of an update for you. It's been about a week since, you know, I got this back to Cleaver Firearms, and believe it or not, there was a spring reportedly missing from the trigger mechanism there. So you know, look, that's very disappointing, because, you know, it makes me instantly think, well, how good is the quality control of these rifles? So by all means, like I said before guys, try that test at home, and if that happens with your rifle, please comment below. So that seems to be fixed. You know, we've got no problem now. So drop the bolt, put the safety on, squeeze the trigger, take the safety off, and it doesn't fire. So that is rectified. The other thing that we've got here too is a brand new magazine. So I'm hoping that you know, we have a bit better luck with that, and then obviously I'm hoping that the accuracy improves, you know, with the rifle. So they're the couple of things that have been done to the rifle. I'm certainly hopeful that this rifle will actually shoot, and hopefully it'll change my viewpoint on it. So let's get to it. We've got pretty much exactly the same ammunition. The only ammunition that I've run out of is the Ely high velocity. So what I've substituted it for is Ely match. So, you know, if I can't shoot accurate with Ely match, there is something definitely wrong with this rifle. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so first group here, still not very impressed with that, guys. We've had a flyer there and we've blown out to 2.4 inches there using the Federal Hunter match. Now, as I said, you know, I've run out of Ely high velocity, so I thought, well, let's use some Ely match and just see if we can bring these group sizes right in. And that's still at 1.2 inches. Then we come up to the RWS high velocity. I thought, you know, we would finally go okay there, but it just seems to love throwing a flyer, this rifle. We're at 2.7 inches. Then we come up to the CCI Velociter. And we're going to be at 1.5 inches there. Then when we come down to the Ely Subsonic, you know, an acceptable group there. You know, we've come in at 10 shots at about 0.8 of an inch. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up my final thoughts again on this rifle. Now, I've given this every opportunity to perform. I've been very patient with it, but unfortunately, I'm still not impressed with the rifle. Guys, I'm still getting jams, even with a new magazine, okay? That's the honest truth with it. When you put the magazine in and then you drop the bolt, the rear of the magazine pushes down just a fraction of a millimeter there. And I dare say that's the cause of a lot of the fail to feeds that I'm getting. Or, you know, I'm actually getting the bolt going straight over the round, and, you know, I've got a basically an empty chamber. That's the other problem that I've got with it as well. So the only way to get around that is to hold the bottom of the magazine, push it up, you know, while I'm shooting, and that's a solution. But, you know, you pay for a brand new rifle, it should work in my view. The other problem that I really do have with it, guys, is quality control. I mean, look, fair enough, there is a spring missing there in the trigger, but I mean, come on. I mean, why should a rifle go out to the public where you take it off safe and it fires? To me, that's just unacceptable. So I know Savage is a cheap brand, guys. You know, it's very cheaply priced, but honestly, expect it just to have those basic quality control measures in place. And yeah, I'm just really disappointed because, you know, this isn't a bench rifle by any means. This to me is to be able to take out, you know, do some shooting of a night time, some hunting of rabbits, hares, whatever you want to do there, okay? Now, how can you possibly do that? I mean, you'd usually use high velocity ammunition. I can't get high velocity ammunition to, you know, shoot any better than about, you know, 1.5, 2 inches there at 50. on top of it, all the problems I'm having with the fail to feeds. I mean, how'd you be of a night time? You know, you go to load another round and next minute there's a jam and you're fiddling around with it and trying to get it to function. I mean, it'd just drive you mad. So yeah, guys, I just think it's back to the drawing board with this. I can see it's a great idea, but you know, honestly, the quality just isn't there in my view. And as I said, I've been as patient as I possibly can with this rifle, but yeah, I'm just not impressed whatsoever. Anyhow, guys, look, if you've got one of these and, you know, it shoots way better than what I've got with this, and also the magazine, you know, functions flawlessly, you don't get any jams of any kind, like, please let me know. You know, I'm not saying that all of these rifles are going to be like this. All I'm doing, as you know, is just reporting the truth. This is exactly how this rifle is performing for me. And I mean, I've taken it back to cleavers there. You know, what more can I do? You know, I can't do anything more with this rifle. Yeah, so anyhow, guys, very frustrating. I wish it was a lot better, but the one I've got certainly isn't. All right, we'll leave the review at that, guys. So I hope you did enjoy watching it. So till next time, we'll catch you then.